Hi everybody, you're welcome to today's tutorial, and in this today's tutorial we'll be analyzing a data which is sales data, and we'll be building this dashboard afresh. So this is the project and this is the dashboard that we've already built. So, and I want to teach some people that might be interested in building this dashboard. So we are going to start and we are going to build this dashboard from the scratch, and you are going to learn how everything here was done step by step and bit by bit. So the next thing we do, we go to our computer, go to your PC, either Mac or Windows. If you have your Power BI downloaded already, you can just look for your Power BI. I have mine, so I can just double click on it and have it opened. So once you have your Power BI with you, we can ride together in building this wonderful dashboard. So let's wait for Power BI to come up, and let's see. In a jiffy, we start. So this is a sales dashboard that takes us the total sales value, the profit. Excuse me, I think the new Power BI came up, so we have to. So we go back to that. So we are going to build this, as I've said, and we are going to build it from the scratch. So you learn how this was being, how I made it. And if you are already a pro and advanced user of Power BI, there's still one or two things that you can also learn from this video. Just stay tuned and let's write together. So we are going to click on the blank report without taking much of our time. Then I've already told you, you can pick any of these dataset if it falls in your dataset category, and I've used this about 2 or 3 times now in the video. So we are going to import data from Excel because that is where the dataset format is. So we are having our copy data, so we are going to import our data into the Power BI data panel, not data panel yet. Now we are going to import it. We are going to preview our data, and we are going to decide if we should load or transform our data. But it's always good for you to transform your data. So we have our data here, so we click on our data, so we can just preview our data and let's see what we have and if we have anything to adjust or not. We have some things to adjust, so that is where we have to transform our data instead of loading it. Even though you don't have anything to transform, I will always advise you to transform your data. Don't just load your data, transform it. You might have 1 or 2 things to adjust or to remove or to put. So we are going to transform our data, and it will take us to the Power Query editor. So we are waiting to arrive at the Power Query editor, where we are going to query our data, and we are going to ask our data some question. And if the question is not well answered, we are going to remove those data because they couldn't answer our question. So we scroll to the right, and when you scroll to the right, you see you have some unwanted rows and column, and when you scroll down, also you see that we have some unwanted rows and column. I've already taught you, you can just go to the home. From the home, you go to choose column, then you can choose the one you want, then the one you don't want to remove. But in this case, we are just going to just control right click, and we are going to remove column. So if you remove other columns, that means you are removing every other one you didn't select. So we are removing the one we selected, remove column. Already I have this. Already, I normally tell you, go to your view, check data quality. I will check it. So when you check your data quality, it will gives you an insight into your data set for you to know if you have 100% clean data or you don't have and 100% clean data. So you see, Despite the fact we remove some one that we don't have, we still have just valued 6%, valued error 0%, we have empty 94% empty value which we don't need. So what should we do? We come to either any of these, just click any of this. Maybe it might be this, it might be this. Okay, let's pick this. So we are picking this now, paid, and let's load all our data. So we have, let's wait and see. So you can see remove empty, and here we have empty, 94% empty. So we are just going to uncheck this, and once we uncheck it, we are going to click OK, and everything will be removed. So once it's removed, and let's check the quality of our data. If we already have 100%, or we still have some empty data, or we have some errors. I believe, remember, initially there was no error, so this time around there shouldn't be any error as well. But we want to see, we still have 2%. We have 2% empty, so that our data is not 100%. Our data is not 100%. So what happens? So we still have no. So we come back to where we have some null. So in the case of this, we have nulls. So we want our data to be 100% valid. So let's come to, let's wait a bit, let's see why are we having 100%. We are going to remove this. Let's uncheck this back. I've told you these are the apply steps. So these are the steps we've applied. So you can see we have our 194% empty like before. So we come to the region. Let's come to the region and let's uncheck from the region, and let's click OK. I think by now we should have 100% valid data. So let's see in a moment. Let's see what will happen before we close and apply it and transform our. So now you can see we have 100% valid. What was the magic, you may ask me? Now after these are the apply steps. If you applied any steps and you think, or you say that, oh, you don't want the steps, you can uncheck it from here. It will return back to normal. So we have our 100% complete data. So you can come back here to uncheck. I always tell you to go to view and click check, so that you will know if your data is 100% valid. So the next thing we do is check. This is test, yeah. This is number we have, yeah. There's no decimal there. This is our discount. This is also a number. This is our price is a number as well. Our paid online cash is also a test. So we have our revenue is a decimal. So we have our revenue as a decimal. So everything is correct. Our unit cost also is a decimal. You may ask me, how do you know it's a decimal? So we can just come here. Let's click here. You can see we have all number, we have decimal, we have fixed decimal number, we have all number. So if we decide to put this in currency, we are going to have a fixed decimal number. So everything is correct. So now the next thing we do is close and apply. So when you close and apply, we are waiting for our data to appear here. So we've left the Power Query editor. So we've asked our data some questions, and those who could not answer those questions, we've removed them because we don't want them. But those who could answer the question, we left them. So we brought them to the next level, which is the data panel, the data pane. So we are going to analyze and visualize our data. You can also call it the data model. So anyone you like, you can just give it a name you like apart from the name that Power BI has given it. So our data is fully loaded. So the next thing we are going to do, I've said earlier, don't forget to save your data, because if anything happens, you are going to lose what everything you've worked for. So we click here, we save our data. So we say go to browse. So you can save it any names you want. So you can just give it any name. In the case of mine, I'm just going to give it purchase reports. I'm just going to give it a purchase report because I've already have the dashboard already built. So we save. We click on save and let's see, everything is fine now. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to also, instead of page 1, we are going to just give it a report. So we don't want to just make it a page 1. So you can double click here. So once you double click here, we are going to make it a report. So we have this as our report. So enter. So we can view our data here before we continue to do anything. So the next thing we do, we go to, don't forget, this is report view. This is the table view. So we go to the table view. And from the table view, we are going to add some columns. So we need some additional columns. So and we are going to add the columns there. Here you can see new table, you can see new columns, you can see quick measure. We have used quick measure in one video. Then new measures, we use new measures almost all the time because you have to. So we click on the new column. So once you click on the new column, we have a new column here. So I'm going to be copying and paste. So here I'm going to zoom out for you to see what I'm about to do. So I'm going to copy from the one I've done before to save time. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to bring it. I'm going to paste here. So copy and paste. So I'm going to paste it. So we have total buying value. So what's the column that we need? We need a column for a total buying values. So how do we get our total buying values? Is we have our quantity multiplied by our buying price. Check here. This is our buying price and this is our quantity. So we have our quantity here. So our quantity multiplied by our buying price give us the total buying value. So what we do is we enter. So the next one that we need is we need our total selling value. So that one also I'm going to copy from the one I've done before and I'm going to explain them to you. So we have our total buying values here. So come back to new column and we are going to enter a new column as well. So from the new column, we are going to have this total selling value. I decided to make it total selling value. So total selling value. So what is our total selling value? Our quantity. This is our quantity. Our quantity multiplied by our selling price. We have our selling price here. So quantity multiplied by our selling price times 1 minus our discount. So we have our discount here. So that is our total selling price. So we are done with that. So that is all what we have to do here. Then the next thing is try to save. Don't forget to save your work. It's very, very paramount. Then the next thing we go back to our report view. In the report view, so we are waiting for the total buying values to appear and the total selling values to appear. So let's wait. Or did I cancel something here? I'm not sure. So let's see. So what happened? Let's put it back. So enter, that means I didn't press enter. So now we have our total selling value. So save your data. When your data is saved, then let's go back to our report view. So we are here in our report view. As our custom is, we need a million. So And in order for us, we don't just want to create a measure within the data, so we need a special table for the measure. So we come to enter data. So in the enter data, that is where we are going to create our measure. So you name your table as just a measure. So you load. So once you load, it appears here. So we begin our work immediately. So we want to see how do we create this wonderful and a simple dashboard. How do we create this wonderful and a simple dashboard? You are going to see. Just follow along and let's take the ride together. So we have our measures here. So in our measures, so we are going to create a new measure. We only need 2 measures. We only need for profit and the percentage of profit. So these are just the 2 things we need. I'm going to zoom out for you to see what I'm about to do. So we have our profit as, this is our profit. This is our profit. So this is our profit. Can I really write it? So this is our profit. Our profit equal to, what is our profit? Our profit is sum. We are using sum of total selling value. That is our profit. Sum of total selling value. That is what the first one we're going to use. We are going to minus it from the sum of buying value. So that will give us our profits. So buying value. So this is our profit now. So we are having our profit, total value, total selling value minus total buying value. So the amount we sell the product, the amount we bought the product. So we are going to minus the amount we sell the product from the amount we bought the product to give us the profit. So we have our profit here. So the next thing is just come back here again in the 3 dots, just click new. So once you click new, we are going to have our percentage of profit. So our percentage of profit is going to be, we just name it, just a simple name. Percentage, percentage of profit. So our percentage of profit is equal to, we have our profit, and we are going to divide our profit by the sum. What sum? The sum of total buying value. Sum of total buying value. So that is our percentage of value. Profit, total buying value. So you close it, then you click enter. So in that case, we are done. Go to our data. So we can also close this. We don't need any longer. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to pick a slicer. And in this slicer, we are going to pick our year. So let's go to our order dates. Let's pick our, we have date hierarchy, we have year, quarter, month, day. So we are picking our year. So, and we are going to format it. So let's reduce it a bit. Let's format our year. So we go to slicer settings. We are going to make it, let's make it verticalist. Let's see. Good. Verticalist is exactly what we want. So we are still going to, we can leave slicer head. Let's go to size and style. We don't need background, but we need the shadow. And we are going to make it custom this time around. So let's see if everything is good. Everything is good. So we are going to copy it into 4 places. We need it to be in the 4 places. Number 1, we're going to copy, paste, then paste. So let's see, we have one here, we have other one here, we have other one here. So exactly as what we want. So we turn this. So what are we having here? Why are we having just one here? So we are removing this, we are removing this, we are removing this, we are removing this as well. So let's have it that way. So here we are going to make this a month. So let's uncheck the year and let's check the month. So we want it as the month. So that is what we want, as the month. So you can draw it down a bit for every of the month to show. So we have it, we can put it beneath. And let's expand this a bit. We want everything as well to be of the same December. So we want it to be of the same. So this also, we want everything to be right. So let's see, is one bigger than the other? Let's click out and let's see. So we have to adjust this a bit. So we are having this like this. So we are going to this. So please, we are not picking any. So we are having this and we are going to make it the sys type. So let's go to remove from here. Let's go to the sys type. The sys type. Where is our sys type? Sys type. Sys type. So we make it our sys type and we are going to format it. So we want it to be, let's go to style, and so we don't want a vertical, let's make it a drop down. Drop down is what we want, so we make it a drop down. Sys type, exactly, we reduce it. So we come back to this and we are going to make this paid. This is remove from here and we are going to look for our paid. So we are going to make it paid. Also we are going to make it a drop down. So make it a drop down. So you can just enlarge it a bit, expand it. We want everything to be of equal size. Let's see, are they of equal size? I think yes. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to pick a card. Let's see, are they of equal size? I think yes or no. So we are going to pick a card. So let's come to a card. Make sure you click out of this, otherwise it will replace it. So in this card, we are going to use our total sell value. So we come to this, we have our total sell value and we are going to format it as well. So we don't need it to be sum of total sell value. Let's go to our style and we don't need a background, but we need a shadow, but we want it to be a custom this time around. So we go to the title, no category label. Let's see, do we need the category label? No. Let's go back to, we're already in our style and size, colored value. Go to our colored value. We want, what is the title? Is the title off or none? So we're not going to change the title today. So let's see, let's reformat. I hope I'm not using the wrong one. So no. So we have it here. So we are going to make this 20. We're going to make this 20 and we are going to change this to area black. So that is what we want to use, 20. So and we are going to change. Let's come here and let's rename it to just We don't want it to be total, we just want it to be sales value. Let's make it a sales value. Let's just make it a sales value. So we just want it as a sales value. Let's see. If, yeah, exactly, that is what we want. And let's see if everything is well formatted. Let's see. We want it like that. So everything is fine. 227,000, 227,000. So we are going to make it in 6 places. So we are going to copy this, and we are going to, we need 6 copies of this. Copy. So click on it. Copy, then paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's try it out. Let's try it out as well. Let's draw it out as well. If it doesn't contain it, we rearrange it. We want everything to be on the same line. So we can move this up a bit, move this up a bit as well. So move this up a bit, move this up a bit as well, move this up a bit, also move this up a bit as well. So we have this to be here. So this is what we have. Then we go to this and we make this our profit. So remove the total selling value and make it the profit. So our profit is 117,000. Good, that is what we want. We can leave it like that. So we go to our second one. The second one, we are going to make it percentage of profit. So remove it from total sales and make it a percentage of profit. So we have our percentage of profit as 106.65% of profit. I think that's fine. So the next thing is we are coming to this. We are having this is going to be our quantity. So we are using this as our quantity and we are going to filter it. So remove it from total sale and we are having it as our quantity. Let's put the quantity. This is our quantity. Our quantity is 3,307. Then the next thing we do is we are going to filter. So let's open the filter and we are going to use the product ID. We are using the product ID and we are going to, instead of basic filtering, we are going to top N. And the top N, we are using 1. Then by value, our by value is going to be our total selling. So let's apply and say 96. That is what we want. So we don't want sum of quantity, so we only want to make it just quantity. So you can remove the sum of quantity from it, just make it quantity. That's all. So quantity, then we come back to this. In the case of this, we are going to use our ULM. Our ULM, don't forget to remove the total selling value before you click on the ULM. And in the case of ULM, also we are going to use, we are going to filter it with product ID as well. If it doesn't work, then I change it. So let me see. Let's make it top N, and we are going to make it 1. Then we are going to have our value to be total selling, and let's apply and let's see. Good. Then for the last but not the least, for the KPIs, we are going to use our total selling value. So we have our total selling value and we are going to, let me check, which one do we use? So we are going to use our category. Let's use our category. Where is our category here? So we pick our category as, we are going to use as a filter. Then we are going to also make it a top N. We just need one. Then the next thing we are going to do is we want it as this. So we are picking this as our value. And let's see if it's work. 58,000. That is what we want. So this is complete already. Always remember to save your work. Otherwise, you might lose everything you've labored for when it comes to building dashboard. So the next thing is we want to visualize our profit by month. So we come back here and we pick our stacked column chart. Let's use our stacked column chart and let's bring it down. Let's expand it a bit. Let's expand it. Let's expand it. So we need our products. We need our products. We need the month. And we also need a total selling value. This is what we need. The total selling value. So we have this. And we are going to, let's see. So everything is, then we are going to pick our profit and put it in a tooltips. So when you hover it, you see we have date month, which our month is December, sum of total sale value is this, and then we have profit, which is 1.3% profit. So we really make a lot of profit. So we come back to our title. We only want profit by month. So let's change everything here. So, and let's make it just profit by month. Profit by month is just what we need. Profit by month. Then the next thing we have to do is, don't forget, we have to center it. So let's center it. We don't need legend. Let's remove it. Then let's come down x-axis. We don't need the x-axis title. Let's remove it. We don't need the y-axis title as well. Let's remove the y-axis title. Let's see. Okay, everything is fine. Then let's go to the grid. Grid lines. We don't need the grid lines as well. So let's remove it. We've done that. Then the next thing we are going to do is we go to background, and we are going to remove the background. We are going to remove the background, and we are going to put our shadow. So and we are going to make it a custom this time around. So let's see. Is everything right? Everything is perfectly right. So when you over it, we see and at the same time we don't have our sum of total sale value. So we come back here. We have to change it from sum. We don't want it as sum. When you hover it, we only want it as. What should we put there? Let's see. We only need sale value, total sale value. So let's remove the sum and let's make it total sale value. So let's see. Yeah, everything is okay. Then the next thing is we need the sales value by product. So we are going to use our stacked column. No, we are going to use cluster bar chart for this. So always remember to click out, otherwise you are going to replace it with a new chart. So we have our total sale value, then we have our products. Where is our products? We have our products alongside with it. So that is exactly what we need. What are the title? We don't need the background, remove the background, and also try to put a shadow. And we are going to make it custom. We are using the custom shadow. And let's go to X and Y axis. Let's go to the title. The title, we don't need sum. remove the sum from it. We only need sales value. We don't even need the total as well. So we only need the sales value by product. Just make it a sales value. Sales value by product. That is fine. And we are going to scroll down. We are going to center it. Then the next thing we are going to do, let's go to the x-axis and the y-axis. We don't need the title. Remove the title from the x-axis. Also from the y-axis, remove the value as well. Then for the y-axis, remove the title. We don't need, then what we need is just, let's go to our data label. Let's go to data label and we are going to make it option. We are going to make it outside end. Outside end. So you can expand it a bit. Exactly, this is what we are looking for. So this is done. We put this aside. Then we go for our heat map. So let's click our tree map. Are we using our tree map or we are using our matrix? So we are using our tree map. So while we having so many products, so what is happening here? So we are having, in our product, we are having sales value by category. No. So we are having our sales value not by product, by category. So this is what we want and we don't need our value to it. So we have our shadow already, we have our background. Remove from it. No, I think we made a mistake. We have to, please always remember to click out. Remember to click out, otherwise you are going to replace it with a new chart. Let's see, sales value by product. No, that is not what we want. Let's go back again. Let's go back again. Still not. No, this is still not. This is still not. Yeah, go back here, please click out. Otherwise, you are going to replace it with a new chart. So let's see, we have everything perfectly done here. So click out, then come to our tree map. We have our tree map here. In our tree map, we have total, we need our total, sales value, and our category. This is what we need, and our category. So we are going to also make some adjustment to it. Let's see. We go to we don't need a background. Shadow, we need the shadow. Then we are making it a custom shadow. Then let's go to, we're already in our style and title, style and styles. Let's scroll down our title. Let's adjust our title. We only need sales value by category. So just make it here, sales value. So just make it a 6 value by category. That is what we need. It's like we're having a double S. So let's remove the other S. So come down here, centered. We want it centered. What next do we need? I think everything is fine. Everything is fine. Let's see. We already have our, let's see, we have our shadow, and our shadow is custom. So we have everything fine. So we are almost done. So the next thing is we need, remember to click out. The next thing we need is we need our sales value by day. and we are using our area chart for that. We need our area chart to get the sales value by day. So let's go to our total selling value, then let's look for our day. So we have our day here, so you can expand it a bit, and let's try to do some formatting. We don't need background, we need a shadow, and we want it to be custom. So the title, can we just locate where our title is, and let's just control our title, sales value by day. So we only need a sales value by day, sales value by day, then scroll down, then we centered it. So what next do we need? I think we've already removed, so we don't need the sum of those. So where is our X? Where is our Y? So let's turn off the title. So this is perfectly done as well. So we can just pick this and pick it, and probably just pick it and put it somewhere around here. So we come back to it. So we have just two to go. And the next thing we need our sales value by sales type and sales value by paid type. So we are going to use our donuts for that. Donut chart. So we are having our donut chart here. You can expand it a bit. So we need our total selling value, and we need it by our sales type. What is our sales type here? Can we just see our sales type here? So we have our sales type. So we are going to remove the background as usual. We are going to a custom shadow. That is what we need. And the title, before we scroll from the title, can we just adjust our title? The title is going to be sales value by sales type. Sales value. We need a sales value. So just want it to be a sales value. Sales value by sales type. So we are going to center it. So we centered it, and we don't need the legend. Let's remove it. Our detail label. Let's go to our detail label. We are going to change it to category percent value. That is just what we need. We don't need anything more. Then the next thing we do is we copied this and we paste it around here. So we just change it from our sales value by product to our paid. So exactly, that is what we need, and we are done. So please always remember to save your work. Save your work and make sure it's safe. So the next thing is we can collapse all this. Collapse it so we have enough space to adjust our chart. So we have all this ready here. Then the next thing we have to do is we have to adjust this a bit. Let's begin to make some adjustments. You can design it to your own taste. You can design it to how you really want it to look like. But what we want to do is we want to get the exact chart for the project that we did. So we make it this, and we want to make it the same. And let's bring this here. So we're having this here. We are still going to adjust this a bit. It seems this is somehow, so we're going to have that like that. Then we are going to let's adjust this. We are almost done, and we are going to adjust this a bit as well. So double click back, double click, so we don't want, so we just have to adjust this a bit. We are almost done. Save. As you're working, always try as much as possible to save. So we bring this down here, and we want to make it the same size. So if not the same size, but at least let's make it the same length. Or do you call it the same breadth? So we have this, we have this as well. Let's bring this down, and let's adjust it to this size, and let's adjust it to this size also, and let's have this here, and let's adjust it to this size, and let's adjust it to this size as well, and let's make it down a bit. Also try to save so that when anything happens, you don't have anything to lose. Now we want this to be at this edge here, and we want this to be at the edge here as well. So every other one we can just arrange it a bit closer. If this is somehow too small, you can just add some things to it. We are adjusting this a bit, and if this is somehow too small, you can as well add some things to it. So we make this closer to this a bit. We don't want the space to be obvious, so we want this to be closer as well. Then this, you can just adjust this a bit. I think we can as well adjust this a bit. So let's move this up, and let's move this up as well to be in the same line, and let's move this up as well, and let's move this up as well. I think we have everything in the same line now, so let's also try to save your work. Then we bring this to this side, then we bring this to this side, then we adjust this a bit, so we adjust this a bit, so we are not using any filter. So you've come to the end of this wonderful dashboard purchase report. So the next thing we are going to do for us to, we want this and this to be in the same line. So let's make it the same line so that everything look. So let's bring this also closer. Let's bring this here, and let's make it also of the same. And I think we just have to make this up a bit. So we are good. So when we want to filter, probably for cash alone, we can see. You can see. Then probably we want it for online payment alone, we can see. So for people that pay through cash and people that pay through online, we can see what we have. So the quantity is 96, and let's say the cash, and let's see what we have. If the quantity remain 96, it's the same quantity, but the amount is not the same. 130,000 sales value, and let's see what we have here. We have 97,000 sales value. So you can just adjust the filter the way it suits you. So the last thing I'm going to do before I call it a day is we are going to put our we want to add our title. Just come to your text box. You can just pick it from here if it move, because sometimes my mouse doesn't really work as perfect as so. We are going to make it the same thing, purchase report. Purchase report dashboard. And we are going to format it. Let's go to format. We are going to style, and we are going to remove the background. We don't have to put a shadow. We don't have to put a shadow here. And let me see. We can just make it somehow. Probably let's make it 18. If 18 is too good. So this is our purchase dashboard. So we bring this down a bit into the middle, and it seems this is somehow too, I don't know, should I say too somehow? You can just adjust it the way you really want it to be. Always try to save your work. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to our canvas background, our color, and we are going to use a simple color. Not something too big, not something too small, not something too obvious. When you reduce it like this, you have something of this nature, and that probably will just make it like 45%. Then collapse. We have come to the end of this dashboard. My name remains Rockpaul, Data and Digital Lab. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. There are so many things to learn. We are just starting. We have a long wait to go. So you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Once again, thank you for riding with me. Bye.